And while the BJP says it's vindicated, the family of Sohrabuddin Sheikh and human rights lawyers say the verdict was perhaps to be expected, given the number of mysterious obstacles that the investigation has seen. Srinivasan Jain reports.
Even before today's dramatic verdict, those fighting on behalf of Sohrabuddin's family sensed what was coming. It began with the transfer of the CBI special judge hearing the case in Mumbai, Justice Utpat, in June 2014. In a previous hearing, he had repeatedly admonished Amit Shah for repeatedly skipping court appearances. But the transfer had been described as routine, sought by the judge. Also described as routine, the earlier reassigning of two of the CBI's point persons most deeply familiar with the case, the investigating officer Sandeep Tamgadke and the special prosecutor Ejaz Khan, who was sent to Madhya Pradesh. The new special prosecutor stunned lawyers for Sohrabuddin's family when he argued for only 45 minutes against Amit Shah's plea to be discharged from the case. This compared to the 2 days taken by Amit Shah's lawyers. The bigger shock was yet to come. The CBI said it had no objection to Shah's petition to seek permanent exemption from appearing in the case. This despite lawyers for the victims pointing out that Shah had enough time to visit Mumbai for political events like the swearing in of the Maharashtra government.
CBI could have done a much better job.
Those who had fought previous Gujarat encounter cases saw a design since the change of regime.
Yes, the change in political regime is going to have a direct impact on the functioning of the CBI. I think the change that has taken place post-May 2014, we may be seeing signs of that.
A charge denied by Shah's lawyers.
There is no legal evidence against Amit Shah to frame a charge against him. It is only for political reasons that he has been arraigned as an accused.
The debate will rage on. Meanwhile, Amit Shah, discharged by a court he never set foot in. With Manas Roshan, Srinivasan Jain in Mumbai for NDTV.